Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me for another engine teardown. Today on the bench we have a 178F air-cooled diesel. It is a not quite 8 horse Chinese clone of the very popular Yanmar L70. Now, we found out from our generator video that this bad boy has low compression, and my guess was that because it had low oil as well, that the conrod bearing was wallered out and we didn't have compression. Without cheating, leave a comment. What's your guess? What is wrong with this? Where did our compression go? First things first, we're going to pull off the inverter. That's just a couple of Phillips heads. Next, we're going to take the starter off. Those are two 17mm bolts. You can see the bottom one pretty clearly here, but the top one is kind of hiding. Once that's off, you can get to the two 10mm heads under the exhaust. Then the two 12s on this side. And with that, the whole exhaust will come off. Next, we're going to be pulling off our injector line. Those are 17mm. Just pop it right off. Might take a little bit of doing. And off it comes. Next, we're going to take off our air filter. This is easy peasy. Just take the wing nut, the filter, then you got 3 10s holding it in. Next is our fan shroud. That's just 5 10mm, and it'll pop right off. Now the starter basket, another 3 10s, and a 24 for the big flywheel. Now the flywheel is tough to get off. You can't really get a puller on that. So I found that punching it out the back of the starter hole worked pretty well for me. Next, we're going to pull off the valve cover. That's another two 10mm, and we need to take that off to expose a couple of head bolts. These two right here. The other two are already exposed. Those are 14s. Just rip them right off, and the head will come off. Now, I'm going to make a point to show this, but on top of our valves are little caps, and they're not held in by anything, so stash them with the rest of your hardware, because if you're going to chuck it in a basket like I did, you will lose those. Taking off our copper head gasket. Those are reusable. Now I'm marking my push rods. That way I know which one is which when I reassemble the thing. Now I'm trying to listen for our problem. There's something rattling around in there. Now it's time to pull off our injector. It's held on by 3 10mm. There's a pretty stiff spring in there, so you're going to want to work those off a little bit at a time. This is pretty weird, but the shim / gaskets under this injector, we usually get 2 of them, but for some reason this engine's got 3. Never seen that before. I don't know if it's an issue. Now we're going to fish out this lifter, which is way beat up for an engine with only 20 hours. You can see how much it's eating into the lifter. Then I'm going to take a little look-see at the cam just to see that the cam isn't chewed up, and that's actually not bad. Now we're pulling off the side casing. It's just a whole bunch of 12mm. Don't forget those last 2 there towards the middle. It's not just the bolts around the perimeter. These 2 right here. Now you can take it off by prying near your oil filter. And there's a split tab up here, and then you should just be able to work it off. There we go. Now it's tough to see here, but I'm lifting the followers up off of the cam so I can pull the camshaft out. There we go. And one of the followers just dropped. The other one is still up in there. Next is our balance shaft. You should just be able to wiggle that one out of the way. And again, difficult to see, but just taking off the conrod bearing cap, that is a 10mm. And finally, we can see where our compression went. We're going to pop the piston out. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a big chunk of the piston ring falling out. That gap is not supposed to be there. Also, it does have pretty major wear down on that conrod bearing. Now grab a 12 millimeter and take off this bearing retainer. You don't actually need to get it all the way off, just rotate it out of the way. Then you can tap off the crankshaft with your soft hammer, and there you go. It's all disassembled. So there you have it. There is our 178F diesel all torn apart, and I think it's very much savable. The bore is okay, the piston's ruined, conrod bearing's junk, but I think this is very much rebuildable. So I hope you learned something here. The video was informative, or at least entertaining. Anyhow, stick around for the end of the video. You can see a special feature of me picking out all the ruined bits of my piston. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and have a good one. Shoots!